So there's been a lot of talk on the forums about tires in the scooter cannonball run, and that tires aren't a do-it-yourself project, but I think they are. You can do them by yourself on the side of the road. So this is a worn-out tread, but there's tires still holding air, but it works the same way if you've got a flat tire. I use Motion Pro tire iron bead breakers. These are the longer steel versions that have a bead breaker end and a tire iron end. It's good to have a tool to deal with your valves. Good to have a set of gloves. And for remounting a tire, you're going to want to have some tire lube. You don't have to have actual tire lube. You can just use, I've seen people use Windex, but this is some gooey stuff that helps you seat the bead and get the tire back around the rim. So first thing you're going to do is going to let the air out of this tire. I'm going to do it quickly by removing the Schrader valve. And if the tire's been on the rim for any amount of time, it definitely will be stuck. Sometimes you can get it to come off the bead by standing on it, sometimes not. So that's where the bead breakers come in. And you do that by shoving the forked tire in. And then the other one goes into that tool and hold down. And that's why it's a good idea to wear gloves. I just got myself. Sometimes it's a good idea to work your way around. And there we go. It releases from the bead. Turn the tire over and do the same thing on the other side. now that the bead is broken, you take the other side of the tire iron. You got to make sure this is down in the center of the tire, and then you flip up the edge, and you work your way around the tire again. And eventually you get loose. And you do the opposite side. Okay, so now that we've got the tire off, we'll clean up the rim a little bit. Making sure there's no garbage. It's a good idea to change your valve stem every other time, or if it's showing signs of that the rubber's getting old. But this one looks just fine. So we're gonna put this new used tire that still has some life left in it, just as an example. So the first thing you want to do is figure out which direction that the wheel's gonna rotate on the scooter. All right, so on the scooter the rim would be this direction, and on the tire it's marked, the tire is marked rear and an arrow in the direction. So if the scooter is facing me, we're going to put the tire on like this. So, first thing we want to do is get out our tire lube. Put a nice generous coating of this goop around the tire. It washes right off. And you want to coat the inside of the bead of the rim. This helps you to seat the tire once it is on the rim. It also makes the tire, the rim, a little slippery when you're trying to wrestle on the tire. Okay. And put the gloves back on. Once again, double check that we have the correct orientation. All right. So, if the tires, we're going to spin that way. Well, once again, sure we have the correct orientation. Set the tire down, and you can often push the majority of the tire on by hand. When you get it sitting in this center area, and then go in with the irons. This is a little bit harder than, well, I was about to say this is a little bit harder than taking the tire off, but that was pretty easy. So now, tire goop on this side. This not only lubricates the tire to help you get it on, but help you get it on, but it also solidifies a little later and helps you helps seal the tire. So, and if you're very lucky and your tire isn't too stiff, you can push this side on too. This one's a little cold and stiff. So. And you just sort of alternate and walk the tire onto the rim. Be careful that they don't slip and hurt yourself. Sometimes it's a good idea to stick your knee on one side. And there we go, we're on. So the next thing you gotta do is try and seat this bead. And seating the bead just means getting the tire to move out against it to create an airtight seal so the tire holds air. I haven't put the valve back in. We're going to see if we can pump a little air in there and see if it will seat. You'll hear it pop. Nope, that's not working. So let's see if we can force this tire up onto the bead. Sometimes you can use your old tire as a little bit of leverage. And the problem is you got to do it on both sides. Right here. So now that this bead's seated, there you go. Tire change in the field using simple tools.